Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show. Blog Talk Radio.
Shavua Tov, a good strong Shavua, Habarim, first day, fulfilling the Shabbat day. The seventh day brings us here to the first day. We're let off on the sixth Aliyah. We got the seventh here for this Shabbat, Terumah, Sabbath, contribution, up offering. Very interesting, get into etymology, the Hebrew etymology of Terumah. What kind of contribution, of donation? We like to call an up offering. That's getting into some of the details of the Hebrew there. Right here, first day.
Yes, it's the Lord and the fullness thereof.
The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
World and they that
the world and they that dwell therein. For he had founded it upon the sea,
he has founded it on the sea,
and established it upon the flood.
Established it on the flood.
Who shall ascend in the hill of Jah? Or who shall stand in his holy place?
Who shall stand in the holy place?
He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul into vanity, nor scorned the people. He has received the blessing from Jah and righteousness from the Almighty of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him.
This is the generation that seek him the most high God.
That seek thy face, O Jacob.
Seek thy face, O Jacob. Lift
up your head, O ye gates,
lift up
and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in.
And the King of glory shall come in.
Who is this King of glory?
I said, who?
Emperor Haile Selassie. Jah strong mighty. Jah mighty in battle.
Mighty in battle, mighty in war.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates. Even lift them up.
Lift up your
ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in.
And the King of glory, yes, the King of glory shall come in.
Who is the King of glory? Emperor Haile Selassie. He is the King of glory.
Who is the King of glory?
Rastafari. He is the King of glory.
If Jah is by my side, I won't hide. No, I won't hide. Bum, the Junior, bum, the Junior, bum, the Junior, bum. If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? Your best you try to harm my and I, aiming to kill, but I love you still, 'cause you are here to make promises people still. If your will, no weapon that's formed against me, this I shall not be. Divine protection shall set my soul free. Talk to me. Jah is standing by my side. Then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? The gates of hell can never prevail. From I know Jah, he never fails. What you think I'm gonna do? Keep up now? No, not above. My foes attack and I just smile. They don't seem to understand my style. My right after. Why you only terrorize the poor, eluding the fact they are human, who one day will not take it anymore. Take it from your brother, ever can bender. Now is the time for you to get stronger. Rise up, and temper your anger. It's a lot of people come to listen and sing this song. It's a song for the soul, singing separation. It's a lot of people come to listen and sing this song. It's a song for the soul, singing separation. Are you satisfied? Wipe the tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you know I was telling a lie. Are you satisfied? No one's with me tonight. Only just and he's always by my side. Pretty little woman, don't you trust me no more. You don't have to break down my door. I'm all alone. Come inside and you will see there's no one here but me. Told you I'll soon be over, still you refuse to believe. Are you satisfied? Wipe the tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you know I was telling a lie. Are you satisfied? No one with me tonight. Only just and we always by my side. Prostitution, brutalization, discrimination, and abomination. I know. Politicians, the nuclear invention, say they work on Israeli island. I know. What if my life is like? And I know that I is the foundation. decided to birth doctor. No looking back, no turning back. I know I got to be stronger. No looking back, no turning back. I decided to birth doctor. No looking back, no turning back. I know I gotta be stronger. I am so sure
Peter, John Children. Yeah, man. He that know the right and do the wrong shall be expounded with many strides. When the heathen come, your children step wide. Even though they make mention of them and those, fire they will never be friends. Fire burn. You know why? You know why? Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children of the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous are in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children of the heart of a lion, I know.
My advice to all is to fulfill the Ten Commandments.
Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel. What does Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad? Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel. The Lord, our God, the Lord is one. What does that really mean? And why is it important?
Baruch Ata Adonai. Baruch Abba Yerushalayim. Baruch Ata Adonai. Baruch Abba Yerushalayim.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
And here. Shema Yisrael, here, give ear. Here for the Shavi'i, here for the seventh Aliyah, the seventh up offering up for this Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath free will gift, Sabbath offering, Sabbath contribution. Here picking up with the second book of Moshe, the Hebrew book that's called Exodus chapter 27, here at verse 9, for the Shavi'i, for the seventh Aliyah, the seventh up offering up here, the seventh reading for this Shabbat Terumah. HaMishkan, the tabernacle, the 15th item, the court. With Asita, Eita Chatzar, HaMishkana, Lifa'ata, Negeva, Heyamanna, Ela'ima le Chatzir, Sheisha Mashzor, Me'ata, Ba'amma, Oreka la Pea, Ha-Echat. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle. For the south side southward there shall be hangings for the court, fine twined linen of 100 cubits long for one side. Ve'asita eita chatzar ha-mishkan, and thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle. Ve'asita eita chatzar, eight chatzar, the court. Ve'asita eita chatzar ha-mishkan, lifa'ata negeva te'manna la'im לחציר שישה משזור מאה באמה עורק לפאה האחת. For the south side, southward. Lifa'ata negeva teamana. There shall be hangings for the court. Le chatzir, for the chatzir, the chatzir, le chatzir, for the court of fine twine linen. Sheisha mashazar, sheisha mashzor, me'ah, ba'amma orek. 100 cubits long for one side. La peah ha echat. And the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets shall be of brass, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets, silver. And likewise for the north side in length, there shall be hangings of 100 long, and his 20 pillars and their 20 sockets, brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets, silver. And the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10 and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court on the east side eastward shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, their pillars 3 and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, their pillars 3 and their sockets 3. HaMishkan, the tabernacle, the 16th item, the hanging for the gate, the hanging for the gate of the court. Verse 16. Ula sha'ara he chatzir masak esarim amma te keleta we argamana we tolata shani we sheisha mashzara maiseya rokein amudehema arabaa we adanehem arabaa. And for the gate of the court shall be an hanging of 20 cubits, blue and purple and scarlet and fine twine linen, wrought with needlework. Their pillars 4 and their sockets 4. Ule sha'ar, and for the gate, ule sha'ar, he chatzir masak. And for the gate of the court shall be a screen, esrim amma, 20 cubits, esrim amma, tikelet, blue, we argaman, and purple, we tolata shani, and scarlet red, we tolata shani, with sheisha mashzar, and fine twine linen, with sheisha mashzar. The work of the weaver in colors. Ma'isei rokeim, the work of the weaver in colors. Their pillars 4. Amudehem arba'ah, and their sockets 4. We adanehem arba'ah. And here, Shema Yisrael here for the maftir for this Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath free will gift, Sabbath Terumah, Sabbath contribution, Sabbath free will offering. Here, verse 17. Verse 17, Chabarim, for the maftir for this Shabbat Terumah. Kol amudei he chatzir zaviva mechushakim kasef wa wehem kasef with adanehem nechoshet. All the pillars round about the court shall be filleted filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets brass. Kol amudei hechatzir saviva mechushakima kasefa wawehema kasefa we'adanehema nechoshet. And all the pillars of the court, all the pillars, kol amudei, all the pillars of hechatzir, of the chatzir, hechatzir of the court. Kol amudei hechatzir saviv mechushakim, round about shall be filleted, kasef, mechushakim kasef, filleted with silver. Wa weyahema kasef, their hooks of silver. We adanehema nechoshet, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twine linen, and their sockets brass. All the vessels of the tabernacle, and all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court, brass. Lekola kaleya hamishkana, de kola ebo dato. Evodato we call ye te dotayo we call yitarot he chatzir ne choshet, all the instruments of the tabernacle. Lekol kalei hamishkan, lekol for all kalei, the instruments hamishkan of the mishkan of the tabernacle. Lekol kalei hamishkan. Evodato. In all the service thereof, the call in all evodato, all the evodato, the call evodato, we call ye tedotayo, and all the pins thereof, we call yitadot, and all the pins hechatzir of the court, ne choshet, and here, fulfilling the Torah aliyot for this Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath offering, Sabbath contribution, Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath free will gift. Glory be to the word, glory be to the sound, glory be to the power. Glory be to thy Father, glory be to thy King. Glory be to the first part of the Trinity, B'Shem Yeshua HaMoshiach. Amen.
Baruch Ata Adonai.
Rastafari.
Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, vayei olam natei, vatokanu. Baruch atah Yahweh, noten ha-Torah, Shelah.
Say stay tuned for the Haftarah and the Brit Hadash Aliyot. Aliyot, 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 Aliyot.
Shalimali, 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 shalimali. Shalimali, 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 shalimali. Shalimali, 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 shalimali. None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. Arise, black man, Jehovah has come forward into Babylon. Yeah, to declare equal rights and justice among the heathen. Yes, the weak outlaws fall, only the righteous shall stand in this congregation of the Holy One. Anything just say, I will always do. Anything just say, I will always do. Because I love him. Oh, because I love him. I love him, I'll serve him all the days of my life. In the house of the Lord, God Rastafari. I love him, I'll serve him all the days of my life. In the house of the Lord, God Rastafari. Oh, oh, oh. Shalimali, 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 shalimali. Shalimali, 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 shalimali. As I approach the gates of Zion, I can hear the choir singing. As I approach the gates of Zion, I can hear the choir singing. I love him, I'll serve him all the days of my life. In the house of the Lord, God Rastafari. I love him, I'll serve him all the days of my life. In the house of the Lord, God Rastafari. Shaliman, 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 Shaliman. None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah. All right.
For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts, saith the Lord of hosts.
And here for Shabbat Terumah, here we have the Haftarah, the prophet's reading, right here coming forward.
Stay tuned for the Haftarah and the Brit Hadash Aliyot.
The blessing for the reading of the word.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nebiim tobim v'ratzah b'debreihem hane'amarim ba'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe abdo u'be'Israel ammo u'b'nebiei ha'emet wa'tzedek. Blessed art I, Adonai, Eloheinu, eternal King, who has chosen good prophets and was pleased with their words that were uttered with truth. Blessed art I, Adonai, who chooses the Torah and Moses, his servant, and Israel, his people, and the prophets of truth and righteousness.
Hear, O Israel. Hear, O Israel.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Book 1 Kings, chapter 5, verse 13 to chapter 6, verse 13. Vesa Ma'ab, Wawalet Mefesa Kudus, Ahaduam Lak. And King Solomon, the goose Solomon, raised the levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by course. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. And Adoniram was over the levy. And Solomon had 70,000 that bare burdens, and 80,000 hewers in the mountains, beside the chief of Solomon's officers, which were over the work, 3,300, which ruled over the people that wrought in the work. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones, costly stones, and huge stones, to lay the foundation of the house, the base. And Solomon's builders and Haran's builders did hew them in the stone squares. So they prepared timber and stones to build the house, the bait. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, in the 480th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of Yahweh. In the house which King Solomon built for Yahweh Buruku, the length thereof was 80 cubits, the breadth therefore 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. And the porch before the temple of the house, 20 cubits was the length thereof, according to the breadth of the house. And 10 cubits was the breadth thereof before the house. And for the house he made windows of narrow lights. And against the wall of the house he built chambers round about. Against the walls of the house round about, both of the temple and of the oracle. And he made chambers round about. The nethermost chamber was 5 cubits broad, and the middle was 6 cubits broad, and the third was 7 cubits broad. For without in the wall of the house he made narrow rests round about, that the beams should not be fastened in the walls of the house. And the house, when it was building, was built of stone made ready before it was brought there, so that there was neither hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house while it was being built. The door for the middle chamber was in the right side of the house, and they went up with winding stairs into the middle chamber, and out of the middle into the third. So he built the house and finished it, and covered the house with beams and boards of cedar. And then he built chambers against all the house 5 cubits high, and they rested on the house with timber of cedar. And the word of Yahweh Baruchu came to Solomon, saying, concerning this house which thou art building, if thou wilt walk in my statutes, and execute my judgments, and keep all my commandments to walk in them, then will I perform my word with thee, which I spake to David thy father. And I will dwell among the children of Israel, the Bani Israel, and I will not forsake my people, Israel. Amen. Glory to him, word, sound, and power. Kebole kwalu, kebole demsu, kebole hailu, kebo kedemari hailesanasi, nugusnigese Ethiopia, Jah Rastafari, Yeshua Shalom.
Then shall ye return, and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not.
Stay tuned for the Haftarah and the Brit Hadash Aliyot.
And here the Baraka, the blessing for the reading of a new covenant, the Brit Hadash scripture. Here's the blessing. Shema Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher natan lanu Moshiach Yeshua ve'habarot shel habarik ha-hadasha. Baruch atah Adonai notain habarik ha-hadasha. Blessed are you, Lord, our God, King of the universe, who gave to us the Messiah, Jesus, and the commandments of the new covenant. Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the new covenant.
Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, O children of Israel? Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians? Are ye not as children of the children of the Ethiop? Are ye not as children?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
The Brit Chadasha Chadis Kidan, a renewed covenant reading for RSS number 19. Terumah, contributions, offerings. From 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 1 through 15, and the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 through 37. We begin B'Shem Ha'ab Ve'Habein Ve'Ruach HaKadosh Yahweh Ahad. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, He who be, who He be, the One. 2 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 1, Aleph, verse 2, Beit. Amnam, Ein Torek Li She'ektob Aleikem, Al Debar HaSherut, Le'ezrach HaKdoshim, Ki Yedaiti Et Nidibatkem Asher Aleha, Ani Mithalel Bakem, Lifnei Anshe Makedonia, Lemur Akaya Mzumenet Mishana She'abara Wekinatkem Heira Et Ruach HaRabim. For as touching the ministering to the saints, it is superfluous for me to write to you, for I know the forwardness of your mind. For that I boast of you to them of Macedonia, that Achaia was ready a year ago, and your zeal has provoked very many. Yet have I sent the brethren, lest our boasting of you should be in vain, in this behalf, that, as I said, ye may be ready. Lest haply, if they of Macedonia come with me, and find you unprepared, that we say not ye, should be ashamed in this same confident boasting. Therefore, I thought it necessary to exhort the brethren, that they would go before to you, and make up beforehand your bounty, whereof ye had noticed before, that the same might be ready, as a matter of bounty, and not as of covetousness. The encouragement. Elohim loveth a cheerful giver. If we give, he will give. But this, I say, he that soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he that soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposes in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity. For Elohim loveth a cheerful giver, and Elohim is able to make all grace abound toward you, that ye, always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound to every good work. As it is written, he has dispersed abroad, he has given to the poor, his righteousness remaineth forever. Now he that ministereth seed to the sower, both minister bread for your food, and multiply your seed sown, and increase the fruits of your righteousness, being enriched in everything to all bountifulness that causes through us thanksgiving to Elohim. For the administration of this service not only supplieth the need of the saints, but is abundant also by many thanksgiving to Elohim, whilst by the experiment of this ministration they glorify Elohim for your professed subjection to the gospel of Mashiach, to the gospel of Christ, and for your liberal distribution to them and to all men, and by their prayer for you that longeth after you, for the exceeding grace of Elohim in you. Thanks be to Elohim for his unspeakable gift. Matthew chapter 5, verse 33, Lamed Gimel, verse 34, Lamed Dalet, verse 35, Lamed Hey. Od Shemaitem Ki Ne'amar La Rishonim Lo Tishba La Shakar Shalem Layawa Shabuoteka Wa Ani Omer Lakim Lo Tishbau Ko Shabua Lo Bashamayim Ki Kisei Elohim Hema Willo Ba'aretz Ki Hadom Raglayu Hi Willo Be'Yerushalayim Ki Hi Kiryat Melech Rab. Again, ye have heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform to Yahweh thine oaths. But I say to you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is Elohim's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, by thy ras, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Kabarula Kalu, Kabarula Dimtu, Kabarula Chailu, Kabarula Kedamawi, Chaile Selassie, Be Jesus Christos Sim. Glory to word, glory to sound, glory to power. Glory to Abinu, Melkenu, our Father, our King, the first power of the Trinity, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Yes, I, Rastafari.
We have fulfilled all. Praise be to Mesken, Xavi, Mesken, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos, Jesus Christos.
Pure אדם ועל נחרות יכונניה מי יעלה בהר נהריה היי נקי כפיים ובר לבב נקי כפיים ובר לבב you have clean hands and a pure heart hey you have clean hands and a pure heart who can ascend to his holy mountain who can stand in his holy place he who has clean hands and a pure heart who can ascend to his holy mountain who can stand in his holy place he who has clean hands and a pure heart Niki kapayim uvar levav Niki kapayim uvar levav you have clean hands and a pure heart hey you have clean hands and a pure heart who can ascend to his holy mountain who can stand in his holy place he who has clean hands and a pure heart who can ascend to his holy mountain who can stand in his holy place he who has clean hands and a pure heart
Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah, 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 Selah.
מזמור כ"ד לדוד מזמור לאדוני הארץ ומלואה תבל ויושבבה כי הוא על ימים יסדה ועל נהרות יכונניה מי יעלה בהר אדוני ומי יקום במקום קודשו נקי כפיים ובר לבב אשר לא נשא לשווא נפשי ולא נשבע למרמה יישא ורחם את אדוני וצדקה מאלוהי ישעו זה דור דורשיו מבקשי פניך יעקב סלע שאו שערים ראשיכם והינשאו פתחי עולם ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני עזוז וגיבור, אדוני גיבור מלחמה. שאו שערים ראשיכם, ושאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי הוא זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני צבאות, הוא מלך הכבוד, סלע.
לדוד מזמור, לאדוני הארץ ומועה, תבל ויושב בה, כי הוא על ימים יסדה, ועל נהרות יכונניה, מי יעלה בהר אדוני, מי יקום במקום קודשו, נקי כפיים ובר לבב, אשר לא נשא לשווא נפשי, ולא נשבע למרמה, יסתבר רחם את אדוני, וצדקה אלוהי ישעו, זה דור דורשיו, תבקשי פניך יעקב סלע, זהו שערים ראשיכם ינשאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני עזוז וגיבור, אדוני גיבור מלחמה, זהו שערים ראשיכם ושאו פתחי עולם, ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני צבאות, הוא מלך הכבוד, סלע.
Sabbatical study, this I Rastafari sabbatical study for this Shabbat strong, 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 Shabbat strong.
Yes. Let's get some Q&As. There's a lot going on right here. But first, a definition of teruma, the offering or contribution, or some might interpret as a free will gift. Right? What
Shalom,
is
Chabarim. Shalom, fellow associates and disciples. Here. Shalom, Chabarim. Shalom, fellow associates and disciples. Here. Shema Yisrael. Giveo Yisrael. Shemuli. Hear me right here for this Torah portion, this sabbatical strong. We have this weekly Torah portions, reading and feeding. The manna, the angel's bread right here for Parshat Terumah. The Torah portion for Shabbat Terumah. Sabbath offering, Shabbat Terumah. Sabbath contribution. So here we pick up with Exodus chapter 25. First verse to chapter 27, the 19th verse for the Torah portion reading and feeding. For the Haftarah, for the prophets reading, we have 1 Kings chapter 5, verses 26 to 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 13. Now, here is a Tanakh versification from the Tanakh. The Tanakh is abbreviation for the Torah, the T in Tanakh. The Nun or the Non, the N, is for the Navim, the Nabim, Nabiyayim, the prophets, and the Beam reading, and the KH is for the Ketubim or the Ketubim reading. So Tanakh is for the Torah, 5 books of Moshe. The Navim, the N in Tanakh, is for the Navim or Navim, the prophets, and the Ketubim is for the writings. The Katev, the Katav, Ketubim for the writing. So in the Haftarah, right, the Haftarah is the prophet's reading. So in the prophet's reading for this Shabbat Terumah, for Parashat Terumah, the Parashat, the Sabbath offering. So KJV has the word offering. Now Terumah is actually a contribution, getting into those details. So what is a Terumah? What is a Terumah? Terumati. He says, take an offering, right? An offering, right? A contribution, Terumati, my offering, my contribution. So we have the Torah portion, picking up the second book of Moses, the Hebrew book called Exodus, from the Sefer Shemot,
from Exodus chapter 25, verse 1 to Exodus chapter 27, verse 19. In the Haftarah, in the prophet's reading, we have 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 26 to chapter 6, verse 13, and that's for the Tanakh versification, according to the Tanakh ordering of the verses. And in the Brit Chadasha, in the prophets, right, in the prophet's reading, Haftarah, then we come to the New Testament, the Brit, the covenant Chadasha. Chadasha, the new, Chadasha, renewed. Chadasha, Hadith, Chadash, new, or renewed. So in the renewed covenant, Brit Chadasha, we have Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 to 37, and 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 1 to 15. Chabarim. So here, for the disciples, for the scribes instructed, right? So here's the key right here from the scripts. Every scribe that is instructed into the kingdom. Every scribe that is instructed to the kingdom. Let's bring this up right here. Every scribe that is instructed, the instruction, right? Instruction. Because a soul without instruction headed for self-destruction. So here we get the instructions, the structure, and the building here. Matthew chapter 13, verse 52. Then said he to them, therefore every scribe who is instructed to the kingdom of heaven is like to a man that is an householder, who bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old, who bringing forth out of his treasure. There's a treasure, there's wealth here, right, to be mined, right, for the hearts and the mind. This is the manna. So here for this sabbatical, this Shabbat strong, the manna, here in the Shabbat, we have Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath Terumah, Sabbath offering, Sabbath contribution. Here, Shema Yisrael Gevir. Exodus chapter 25, verses 1 to chapter 27, verse 19. Haftarah, prophets reading 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 26 to chapter 6, verse 13. And in the Brit Chadasha, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 1 to 15. So now you can turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 1 to 15, and Matthew chapter 5, verses 33 to 37. We often like to just go in the order. So the Matthew reading for the Brit Chadasha should precede the 2 Corinthians, just to keep it in good order. So here, Shema Yisrael. Here, give ear, O Yisrael. Here for this Torah portion, this reading and feeding, this sabbatical study. Here for this Shabbat strong, Terumah, offering, Terumah, contribution. So here, let's just pick up right here as we got ears on. Here we have the Sefer Shemot, Terumah, the Kaf, Hey. Here for Exodus chapter 25, XXV, corresponding Hebraically to the Kaf, Hey. Here we have the Yod Tate, the 19th Rastafari sabbatical study for this Shabbat strong, Terumah. Here we have the 19th, right? With the 19th sabbatical study for this Rastafari Shabbat strong. We have Terumah. According to the Royal Amharic, it corresponds to two words within the same verse. One we have as siTota. Here in the Negus and Neges Targum, in the King of Kings translation, the Book of the Seven Seals, we have the Royal Amharic siTota, right? We have the set to give, siTota, a gift. Then we have Mebba in the same verse, corresponding to Terumati, my offering, my contribution. So here, Chaf Hey, chapter 25, Hebrew first words. Why daber Yahweh il Moshe leimor, and Jehovah spoke to Moses, to Moshe leimor, saying, daber il bnei Yisrael, speak to the bnei Yisrael, to the sons, to the children of Yisrael. Daber il bnei Yisrael, speak to the sons, the children of Yisrael. That they take for me, that they take for me, Terumah, that they take for me, that they take for I an offering. Terumah, that they take for I a terumah, an offering. May 8 call ish,
of every man, of all man, may eight call ish, call, all ish, from all ish, of every man, of all man, asher yidveinu libo, whose heart maketh him willing, asher yidveinu libo, who yidveinu, who willing ones, willingly libo, his heart, asher yidveinu libo, tikohu et terumati, tikohu, take et terumati, take my offering, take my teruma, take my contribution. So here, Shema Yisrael, here, give here, basic overview, right? The basic overview for this 19th sabbatical study, this Torah portion reading and feeding, Terumah. Tell the sons, speak to the sons, Daber, il bnei Yisrael, speak to the sons of Yisrael. V'yikochu li, and they take, v'yikochu, that they take li, for me, teruma, a contribution, an offering. The word translated as contribution is teruma. The word translated as offering in the KJV, teruma. This is the name of this 19th sabbatical study for this Rastafari Shabbat Strong, Terumah. It's a word, some say, that doesn't really have an exact or real English equivalent. In TORAH, in John's direction instruction, Terumah, it refers to a certain type of offering. Thus, in the Negus Neges Turgum, in the Metzaf Kedus, the book of the seven seals of Kormawi, Haile Selassie, Revelation 5:5, here we have Negus Neges Turgum. So we have the word siTota, which is one of the aspects of a teruma, siTota, a gift. Then we also have Mebba. It's a certain type of a offering, an offering that is livicated, right? That is voted and livicated to Ha-Hekal, to the temple, to the Beit Mikdash, to the holy place, and thus in this context here to Ha-Mishkan, to the tabernacle or the sanctuary. It's like a tithe, or also it can be like a first fruits offering. In Exodus chapter 25, the contribution, the offering, the teruma, is for the building of a mishkan, of ha-mishkan, of God's holy place, of his dwelling place. This Torah reading is occupied with the instructions, the detailed instructions for the construction of ha-mishkan, the construction of the tabernacle, the construction of the dwelling place, the sanctuary, and its respective furnishings. Its furnishings. Here. Shema Yisrael. Why daveri Yehovah el Moshe leimor, and Jehovah spoke. Why daveri Yehovah? Why daber Yehovah? Jehovah spoke. This section was addressed to Moshe while he was on the summit, the Rosh. It says the mountain Hahar's Rosh. The Rosh is the Ras, or the head, the top, the summit of the mountain. Directions were given for the construction. So we have the instruction for the construction of a sanctuary in which they say the Shekinah, the Shakanyao, the dwelling of he who be, who he be, the Shakanyao, right? The Shekanyah, some say Shekinah, we touch on the nuance. The Shekinah is like she dwelling, but he's speaking of he dwelling, so we call it the Shekanyah, for God's dwelling, right? And his glory to be manifest, so that Ha-Elohim, the true good, the true God, could speak. So that he could speak, right? So that he could speak with Moshe. And there, Sham, and there would be no further need for him to ascend to Aliyah, Har Sinai, for him to ascend Mount Sinai. Why daveri Yehovah el Moshe leimor, daver el bnei Yisrael, v'yikochu li teruma, for me, li. So we have v'yikochu li. Some of the Yehudi would say v'yikochu li, right? The Eastern European enunciation, but here the Afro-Shemitic Hebrew, v'yikochu li, that they take for me, li. Some say it's not for Ha-Elohim, the true good, the true God's use. However, it's for the kavod, ha-kavod, for the glory of Shemo, of the Hashem. So the glory of his name. Li, that they take for me, teruma, that they take for me a teruma. This denotes something that is set apart as a free will gift. So thus, in the Negus Neges Targum, in the Book of the Seven Seals, the Metzaf Kedus, we have the Royal Amharic, the Targum or the Turgum of siTota, as well as Mebba. Because in the first part of verse 2 of Exodus chapter 25, we have Terumah, Li Terumah. Then we have Tikohu et Terumati. So we have Terumati, that my offering, the translation, my offering, my contribution. This corresponds, according to the Negus Neges Targum, the King of Kings, the Lion of Judah, Book of the Seven Seals, with Mebba, the Mebba. So we have the idea of the Mebba, and we also have the siTota, right? But here from the low degrees, the groundation, Hebraically here, Masoretically, we have a Terumah, something set apart as a free will gift, a free will siTota. There are three types of Terumah. What are the three types of Terumah? There are three types of Terumah that are mentioned in HaTorah. So there's three types of, we could say, an offering in the sense of a free will gift. So the free will gift is really perhaps the best English equivalency that really brings out, especially for the purpose of this Torah portion reading and feeding the sense and the idea to the, we could say, the English hearer, the English reader, right? Just to get a basic groundation of what is a terumah. A terumah is a free will gift. And in HaTorah, there are three types of terumahs, right? There's the capitation charge, the capitation, the cap, like the head tax, we say, charge of a half shekel. From that, the sockets of HaMishkan, of the sanctuary, the Mishkan, the dwelling place, were made. We have this in Exodus chapter 38, XXXVIII, and verse 26. So 38 and 26, we have the capitation or the head tax. Some will call it the head tax or even the skull tax, the head tax charge, which was half of the shekel. All right, so here we also get the economy, right? The economy and the value, right, of currency as well. As you say, HaTorah, right, speaks to the 9, or so we say there's 10, but roughly, according to Nellie Fuller, Jr. and also Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, right? And so now, right, according to those points of view, we have the 9 areas of people activity. And it's interesting because in HaTorah, John's direction and instruction for the ones lost now found, we have all of these areas of people activity, and we say plus 9 to 10 areas of people activity being addressed. Now, this right here, speaking of the terumah, speaking of a free will gift, translated in the KJV, King James Version, as offering. And there's other types of offering, and to avoid confusion, we here zoom in on a terumah and clarify that a terumah is a free will gift, a free will siTota, a free will Mebba. Now, there are three types of terumahs mentioned in HaTorah, in John's direction, instruction, the teaching, and the glory of his divine majesty. The first is the capitation, the head tax of the Rosh, or we say of the skull tax, right? The head tax charge of half a shekel of the sons of Yisrael. And from that, the sockets of the tabernacle, the silver. So also looking at the commodities, the divine commodities, and how these metals, these precious metals, also gives us an inner sense and understanding of the application, both to the holy, right, and vis-a-vis, right, even to the secular, seeing that this is a gift, a free will gift, that ones are being asked to willingly give. This is a free will, emphasis on the free will gift, terumah. So the first one is the capitation charge of a half shekel. And from that, the silver, the sockets of HaMishkan were made. We have that in Exodus chapter 38, verse 26. Now, there's a similar charge for the purchase of the communal offerings. There's also a similar charge, right? A similar charge, and that is specifically for the purchase of the communal offering, for the community offering. We have a terumah, a free will gift. And then we have the offering that is specified here. So there's three types of terumah. Three types of what is called here in the KJV, Exodus 25, verse 2, an offering. But it's a specific type of offering that should be really called a free will gift, a free will contribution. A free will gift, a free will contribution. We have the one that is being specified here in this Torah portion here for Shabbat Terumah, picking up with the second book of Moshe, Exodus chapter 25. Here we are zooming in on verse 2. Now, the qualification of this free will, to even emphasize the free will character of this specific gift, this siTota, this Mebba, right? It says, whose heart maketh him willing. Whose what? Whose heart maketh him willing. So we have this here in verse 2. It says, V'yikohu li teruma me'ei tekol ish asher yidreinu libo. That they take for me, that they take for I, v'yikohu li, v'yikohu, that they take, v'yikohu, that they take, li, for me, for I, teruma, and offering a free will gift, a free will contribution, me'eit kol ish, of all ish, shouldn't say of all Adam, but of all ish, to see how the ish is also used in even a higher sense, a next sense of building up. So we have the building here, right? The donations, the offering, the free will offerings for the building of HaMishkan, but also to whom it's directed. Me'eit kol ish, of every of all ish, kol ish, asher yidreinu libo, whose heart, asher, one whose yidreinu, they which are willing, his willing, the willingness, right? The willingness, yidreinu libo, whose hearts are willing hearts. No compulsory levy. There's no compulsory levy that was to be made. It's not compulsory like one must or have to. However, it's voluntary. It's a voluntary teruma, voluntary free will gifts, free will contributions, which are being requested. The people, to Jah people, and the people even in the wilderness here at Sinai, to their credit, the people did not wait for the collection, it is said, to be announced, but brought more than enough. We have this in Exodus chapter 36, verse 5. And all that remained was for the princes and Nasim, and those like Rashim, those heads and Nasim, for the princes to contribute, right? To contribute was the precious stones and the oil. And we have this in Exodus chapter 35, verse 27. Chapter 35, verse 29. It's interesting with the princes, their contribution, and even the Chanukah. When we get to the root of the Chanukah habayit, the Chanukah of the house, the Chanukah for that livication. Some say it's a dedication, a livication, for the relivication of the house. So we get that connection with the Chanukah and the princes, or the Nasim, Hebraically the Nasim, or also the Rashim, the heads, the princes, to contribute the precious stones and the oil. So the people here in the Midbar, in the wilderness here, before and in the presence of Har Sinai, they did not wait for the collection to be announced, but they had brought more than enough. So this is here to the credit, right, of Jah people, especially, we say, fresh upon the Exodus, Mitzrayim, fresh out of Egypt, out of bondage, that willingness. It's like that willingness, right, when I, right, come out of the world flesh and the satanic seclorum into, right, the kingdom, right, into the kingdom of the Shemayim, into the kingdom of Elohim. It's that willingness. You know, when you're freed up, right? Jailbreak, the prisoners escape. You're freed up, you know, that freeness, right? There's much more of that willingness, right? And this is all in context with what has just happened, you know, here for continuity purposes. We're at this Torah portion, but in continuing, this 19th is continued from the 18th, and the 18th from the 17th, and the 17th from the 16th, and 16th from the 15th, and we have the Exodus. So here, Shema Yisrael, because as we move forward right here, Wizot, and this, Wizot ha-teruma, Wizot ha-teruma, and this is the offering. Wizot ha-teruma, and this is the offering. Asher tikahu me itam. This is the free will gift, the free will contribution that you all tikahu, that they all may itam, that will be taken. Right? This is the contribution. Now we get the list of the items. And here, as we just scroll forward to verse 8, this is the purpose. With also li, that they make, right? That make them make for me. We're also that they make for me, that they make for li. We're also li mikdash, that they make for I a mikdash. So mikdash here we have this as the sanctuary, the holy place. Mikdash. When we speak about the Beit Mikdash or the holy house, we also are speaking of ha-hekal, right? In the latter sense, but here we're speaking about the sanctuary that is the mishkan, ha-mishkan. But here in verse 8 of Exodus chapter 25, it reads, "We'asuli mikdash, we shakanti bitokam, that I may dwell." We shakan. Now the root there is shakan, right? Shakan, we say that shakanyao. Shakanyao is the shakan of Jehovah, right? The dwelling of he who be. Yahweh, Yahuwah. We shakanti bitokam, that I, we and shakanti, that I may dwell, that I may abide, dwell, that I may shakan. We shakanti bitokam. That I may dwell. So it's a place of holiness, a place of set apartness, a mikdash, the mikdash. Mikdash, the Hebraic sense of what we have in the Royal Amharic, and Ethiopiacally as the mekdes. So we have the mekdes here, pointing in the Hebrew, Masoretic Hebrew as the mikdash. A place of islandness, a place of set apartness. What is a mikdash? Mikdash is a place of holiness, a place of set apartness, a place set apart. It is so named as the abode, right? As the abode or the mishkan, the dwelling place of Hakadosh, of the Holy One, the set apart one. Baruch Hu, blessed be He. Baruch Hashem, blessed be the name. It's a place of appointment, the moedei Yahweh, the appointments. Right, there's a set apart the feast, the appointments, or the meeting place where Ha-Elohim, the true good, the true God, is ever in readiness to reveal. Here's where he will reveal himself to Yisrael, to Israel, to Yashar El, to the upright of El, to Yisrael, the man who sees the true good, the true God, and to speak with them. We have this in Exodus chapter 29 and 43, that communion with them. Exodus 29, let's go there. Exodus 29, right? We have 29, Exodus 29, verse 43. Just looking ahead right here, 29, 43. Just so we can get this full idea. What's the full idea? 43, here we go right here, 43. Right, 43, it says, with no oddity, Shamma, Livnei Yisrael, with Mikdash, be Kavodi, and there I will meet with the Bnei Yisrael, with no oddity, Shamma, and meeting with them, Shamma there. With No'aditi Shamma, Livnei Yisrael, with the Bnei, the sons of Yisrael, and right, shall be sanctified by my glory. Now, here we have this right here with the Chumash translation, to meet with the Bnei Yisrael, to give them an audience. There, Shamma, with No'aditi Shamma. And there I will meet with them, give them an audience like a melech, even the goose and the guest, like a king who designates a place. There's a place, there's a spot, a place designated where he who he be, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, speaks with Amo, speaks with His people, will speak with Jah people. With Mikdash, be kovodi, where Mikdash, right, and shall be sanctified, shall be set apart, right, by my glory, shall be sanctified by my glory. That will be manifest above, right, the ark cover, kaporet, right, the ark cover, right. So here we get the connection even furthermore in chapter, we have this here in chapter 29, right? And that's the, tetzave, right? Tetzave, right? Tetzawe, right? The tetzawe. That's actually coming up in the 20th. So both in reflecting on where we have been, right, to get a fuller idea as it is builded up, as we chew, right? As we chew the sabbatical manna, the manahu. What is it? What is it? With shakanti bitokam, with shakanti, that I may dwell bitokam among them, among Israel, and accept their prayers, right? Accept their worship. So here, for just a couple of first words here, groundation and build, right? There's so much more to build on here, this Torah portion reading and feeding, but it's good to get a first context, right? The portion commentary inside the ark, right? Looking forward to the thought for the Shabuah, right? What is the ideation for the Shabuah? The midot mitzvot, the character and deeds, the heart of the Talmud, or the heart of the disciple, the heart of the scribe, according to the words of HaMoshiach, Matthew chapter 13, verse 52. Then said he to them, therefore every scribe who is instructed to the kingdom of Shemayim, of the heavens, is like to a man that is an householder, who bringeth forth out of his treasures things new, and old. So here, and building on the Rhema right here, and also the previous teachings on this Torah portion, reading and feeding here for the 19th sabbatical study, this Shabbat strong, for Shabbat Terumah, for Sabbath offering, for Sabbath free will offering, free will gift, free will contribution. For this Senbet siTota, Senbet Mebba, Senbet
Chapter 12. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and layeth the foundation of the earth and formeth the spirit of man within them. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, so all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. In that day, saith the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness. And I will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness. And the governors of Judah shall say in their hearts, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, in the Lord of hosts their God. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like an hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf. And they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplication. And they shall look upon me, whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. In that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem, as the mourning of Hadad Rimmon in the valley of Megiddo. The land shall mourn every family apart, the family of the house of David apart, and their wives apart, the family of the house of Nathan apart, and their wives apart, the family of the house of Levi apart, and their wives apart, the family of Shimei apart, and their wives apart. All the families that remain, every family apart, and their wives apart.
Shalom, Chavarim. Shalom. Yes, here. Some basic questions here for this 19th sabbatical study for Shabbat, Terumah, Sabbath contribution, Sabbath donations. So here we pick up with Exodus chapter 25, beginning off of verse 1 to chapter 27, verse 17. Here for this 19th sabbatical study for this Shabbat. Some basic questions here. Let's bring out some of these basic questions. Chabarim. Some basic questions here. We're going to be referring to the H4C, but also correcting, explaining, highlighting and deepening certain areas right here as we go through a basic go-through right here. Some of the basic questions. So we pick up right here. Basic questions here for this 19th sabbatical study, known as, from the Hebrew, known as Terumah. But now when we look into the KJV, as we use the King James Version as a basic, kind of a first point of reference, right? This is also brought out as offering. Right, and Yahweh spake to Moshe, saying, speak to the Bnei Yisrael, that they bring me an offering, right, a terumah, an offering of every man. But what kind of offering? Contribution, an up offering, a donation, of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart, right, or another way of bringing it out, from every man, right, whose heart moves him. So though we're speaking here to the mandam, we also want to note, even in advance, that many of the women also gave. But here it says, speak to the Bnei Yisrael, sons of Israel, the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering, a terumah, of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. Ye y'all shall take terumati, my terumah. So the basic questions right here, Q4C. Question number 1. What was the first thing that Hayel, the Almighty, Elohim, said to Moshe when he ascended, when he allied up Har Sinai, Mount Sinai, for 40 days and 40 nights? What's one of the first thing that Yahweh Eloheinu said to Moshe when Moses allied up, when he ascended, right? To give terumah, to give a donation, right? To give an offering. What kind of offering? An up offering, terumah. Get into some more of the details of what is in the word terumah, Hebraically speaking. But the first thing that Ha-Elohim said to Moshe when he ascended Har Sinai, Mount Sinai, for 40 days and 40 nights, was to give terumah, give contribution, an offering, donation, for the building and the construction of the portable sanctuary, the mobile mishkan, the portable mobile sanctuary called the Tabernacle. So we have this here in Exodus chapter 25, verse 1. First question, Chabarim. First thing that Ha-Elohim said to Moshe when he ascended Har Sinai for 40 days and nights was to give terumah, give a contribution, an up offering, a donation for the building of the portable sanctuary, the mobile mishkan called the Tabernacle. Question 2 right here. Whom did Elohim suggest should make an offering? Whom did Ha-Elohim suggest should make an offering? Here. From every man whose heart was moved. Right? Bringing out the Hebrew sense. KJV has it as, of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart. The Hebrew sense brings out the sense into the English translation, making sense out of the sense, from every man whose heart was moved, was made willing. This is whom Yahweh Eloheinu suggested should make an offering, make a terumah. Question 3 right here. Can you name some of the items to be offered?
Right? Can I name some of the items? What items were to be offered? Gold, silver, bronze, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarn, fine linen and goat's hair, ram and goat's hides, acacia wood, the shittim wood, the acacia wood, oil for the lamps, for the lights, spices, herbs and spices for anointing oil, and incense and ancients, precious gems, etc., etc. It's naming some of the items that were to be offered by every man whose heart was moved, who gave it a willing heart, giving a teruma. The gold, silver, bronze, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarn, fine linen and goat's hair, rams and goat's hides, acacia wood, oil for the lamps, for the lights, spices and herbs for anointing oil, and incense and ancients, precious gems, and so forth and so on. Question 4, right here. Why did Ha-Elohim, right? Why did Ha-El, the Almighty, ask? Why did he ask? You say, well, if everything is his, why does he ask for these things? Why does he ask? Well, according to the narrative, according to the script right here, according to the Torah, Biktav, the Torah that is written, he sought Ha'am, the people, Amo Yisrael, to create a sanctuary, a mikdash. So about the holy place, the mikdash, a set apart place, right? A mikdash for him, so that he could dwell, he could shakan. It's also, we have the name of it being referred to as the holy place, a set apart place, mikdash, being referred to as a sanctuary or that dwelling place, the mishkan, so that he could, in the Hebrew, shakan, shakanti, shakan. Here we have the mishkan, also connected with the ideas of Shekinah as we get into the studies. But here, he desired Amo Yisrael, the people of Israel, to create a sanctuary, a mikdash, right? A mikdash, a shakan, right? The mishkan, so that he could dwell, so that he could shakan in their midst. That's the key theme. Remember, see that you do all things, that we do all things according to the pattern in their midst. Question 5. What special requirement was Moshe given regarding constructing the tabernacle? What special requirement? The special requirement was that he would make it exactly according to the tabnit, to the tabnit, right? To the abnet, the pattern that Yahweh Eloheinu, that Elohim revealed to him on Har Sinai, on Mount Sinai. Question 6 right here. What was the first item that was to be made? What was the first? The first item was Ha'aron. What's Ha'aron? It's the ark, also referred to Ethiopiacally as the Tabot. But here in the Hebrew, Ha'aron, the ark. That was to be made of acacia wood. Scripts call it the shittim wood. That's the acacia wood overlaid with pure gold, measuring 2.5 cubits by 1.5 cubits wide. The measurements, bringing out the measurements, doing the math here, 2.5 cubits by 1.5 cubits wide, approximately. It was surrounded by a crown, right? A zer, or the nezer in the fuller sense, or the zer, a crown, a zer, a nezir, the zer, a crown, or a border. So we say there's a crown, right, on the Torah. There's a crown on Ha'aron, on the ark, right? It had 4 loops made of gold for carrying by means of poles. That means like bearing, where the
the Levites, right, and the Kohathites had to bear. They had to carry. So these are the rods, the poles, 4 loops made of gold for carrying by means of poles. Right here. Chabarim. Question 7. So the first item for question 6, the first item is Ha'aron. Question 7. What was to be put inside the Aron HaBerit, the Ark of the Berit, the Ark of the Covenant? What was to be put inside? The 2 tablets, right? The stone tablets, the 2 tables, the tablets with the Eseret HaDebarim, with the 10 words that's called the 10 Commandments, with the 10 words written, remember, by the finger of Hailahim, Yahweh, written on them. Later on, the manna, the manahu, the angel's bread, manna, and Aharon, right, Aaron's, right, Aharon's rod, right, the rod that budded, were added later on. Question 8. What was the second item? Right, the second item to be made according to the Torah Biktav, the Torah that is in writing, the written Torah. The second item to be made was the kaporet. What's the kaporet? The kaporet is the covering, kapar, right? The kaporet is the mercy seat. A cover of pure gold upon that were to be fashioned 2 cherubim, 2 kepraim, 2 cherubim, 2 cherubim that some say were angel-like figures, right? Some say with the faces of children. We dispute that say. Coming out of Mitzrayim, we make the Kepraim connection right there. But the Kaparet, right, was the mercy seat, a cover of pure gold. Upon that were fashioned 2 Kepraim, the 2 cherubim, right, cherubim, right, that would face one another with their wings spread on high. The eyes, it said, of the cherubim would look toward the cover, right, this suggests here from 1 Peter, we have 1 Peter Kephah's book, 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 12, and this is what the Kepraim, the cherubim, suggests. They suggest the things, right? They're looking with their faces downward toward the cover, right? Towards the cover, suggesting the things that the angels, right? The Malakim, the angels desire, the things that the angels desire, right? The angels desire, Malakim desire to look into. Because you have to notice the ark cover is where the blood on the Yom HaKippurim was applied. And it said that when he looks down and sees this covenant he made, he sees his agreement with the 2 tablets, the 10 words, right? And so when he looks down, he doesn't see the commandment or the 10 words without seeing that offering of blood by having mercy on the innocent animal for whatever violations to that. So here we have the cherubim, right, as kind of angel or messenger-like creatures that are looking down to that place where that blood is applied once, according to the Torah Biktav, once a year. So this here suggests the things that the angels desire to look into, to inquire into. How is this that he forgives them by means of this and that? It's like a lot of the questions people ask. Oh, why sacrifice? And it was an innocent animal and this and that. Well, these are the things that even the angels, right, desire to inquire into. But next question here. That was the second item. The cover of the Aron HaBerit, right, was the second item. The Kaparet was the second item to be made. Question 9 here. Let's give 2 reasons why HaKaparet, the mercy seat, was so special and was regarded as so special. Well, first of all, We touched on it briefly in the previous question, but more here. Ha'el, Hayel, the Almighty, would manifest his presence, or Hebraically, his face, his interface, his perception, right, would manifest his presence above it. From between the two cherubim, and he would speak to Amo, Yisrael. He would speak to the people of Yisrael. It was also the place, right, you could say the makom, so to speak, the place where the sacrificial blood was to be offered during the Day of the Atonements, the Yom HaKippurim, pseudonymously called Yom Kippur. But we have to get to the Torah Biktav, Yom HaKippurim, the Day of the Atonements. It's not in the Torah as Yom Kippur, the Day of a Atonement, the Day of the Coverings, for Kol Yisrael. Note that the word used in the Greek Septuagint, the LXX, to translate the Hebrew word kaporet, cover, is hilasterios. The Greek word hilasterios, and this is used to describe this terminology among Christendom that they use propitiation, right? Given, right, in Jesus Christ, or given through Robenu Yeshua, according to Romans, the Epistle to the Romans, chapter 3, verse 25. Here, question 10. What were the names? What were the names of the two chambers? The two chambers of the Ohel, of the tent. The Ohel Me'od, tent of meeting, the tent of the tabernacle. The two names. One, the Holy of Holies, the Kodesh HaKodashim. Kodesh HaKodashim, Holy of Holies, Kodesh HaKodashim, and the holy place, the Kodesh. So we have the Holy of Holies, the Kodesh HaKodashim, and then we have the holy place, the Kodesh. So we have a holy place, Kodesh, and then we have the Kodesh HaKodashi, the holy place of the holies. And even Kodashim brings out the Hebrew Trinity, Hashlush HaKadosh, the holy place, right? The place of the holies, right? The Ab, the Bain, Ruach HaKadosh. So here. Question 11. What three items were placed in the holy place in the Kodesh? What three items? The table of showbread, known as the Shulchan, the table of showbread. Ha-menorah, the menorah, the lampstand, not candlesticks, but the lamp. They're powered by shemen, by oil, not by wax. The menorah, and the altar of incense, the altar of incense, the Mizbeach HaKetoret, the altar of incense. So what three items were placed in the Kodesh, in the holy place? The Shulchan, the table, Ha-menorah, the lamp stand, and the Mizbeach HaKetoret, the altar of incense. Here. Question 12. What was placed on the table in the holy place in the Kodesh? 12 loaves of bread stacked upon separate plates. This is called the bread of the faces in the Hebrew. Lechem panim. Lechem panim, the lechem panim, the lechem panim, the bread of the faces, the bread of the presences, the bread of the divine interface of Ha-Shalush HaKadosh. Here. Question 13, Chaverim. How many lamps were on Ha-menorah? Key question. Not how many candles, no candles, right? But how many lamps? Not saying that today ones may use a candle. We're just looking at it in this context according to the tabnit, according to the pattern. How many lamps were on ha-menorah? Answer, 7. 7, Shiva, right? 7. The lamps were to all face. Here's where we look at the pattern, like the Hebrew snowflake, aka the Magen Dawid, what's called the Star of David. When looked at, from above, we have the pattern, right, of ha-menorah. So even this connection of the so-called six-pointed star, the Hebrew snowflake, and the 7. The six-point star has the 7 points, and then it has its center point. So the lamps were to all face the central lamp. And that central lamp in the center, Hebraically, we refer to as the shamesh, ha-shamesh, as the sun, the center, the sun, like the solar sun, the shemesh, the light, the center lamp. So here we look at the pattern from above, right, of what's known as the six-pointed star, the Merkabah star, the Magen Dawid, and we see the 6 points, and then we have the center. Thus, how many lamps were on ha-menorah? There were 7, right? So the lamps, and especially the branches, right, the 6 branches with those lamps were all to face the central lamp, the central light, ha-shamesh. Question 14, Chabarim. There were to be 3 cups on each branch in the shape of what kind of blossom? Now here's a point we didn't bring out in one of our Aliyah readings. So in the Aliyah where the description of ha-menorah is given, we're looking at the King James Version, and the King James Version, it says such things like his, right? It says such things like his. Here it says, and thou shalt make. Here we're in Exodus chapter 25, verse 31, at the 3rd Aliyah. It says, and thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. We read this as, shall make a lampstand, because candlestick implies candles, and candles imply wax, but the menorah is powered by shemen, powered by oil. Take heed to the pattern. So thou shalt make a lampstand or menorah of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the lampstand be made. Now here in the KJV it says his shaft, and his branches, his bowls, his knops, his flowers shall be of the same. But in the Hebrew, it actually says, right, her shaft, and her branches, her branches, her bowls, her knops, and her flowers shall be of the same. Then we get to verse 32. Looking at verse 32, it says, and 6 branches. So the 6, right, as in the 6-point star, when looked at from above, facing the center, the shamesh, the center shaft. So here, Exodus chapter 25, verse 31, this verse more better according to the Hebrew should be read as, and thou shalt make a menorah, a lampstand of pure gold, of beaten work, shall the lampstand be made. Her shaft and her branches, her bowls, her knops, and her flowers shall be of the same, Chabarim. So here we have question 14. There were to be 3 cups on each branch in the shape of what kind of blossom? In the shape of an almond, right? An almond. The branches of ha-menorah were to resemble branches of the almond tree. So the branches of the menorah, the lampstand, ha-menorah, falsely called here candlestick by others. The branches of Ha menorah were to resemble branches of the almond tree. Here. Question 15, Chabarim. Question 15 right here. What were the curtains of the tent made of? And what was embroidered? What was embroidered on them? The curtains of the tent, fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet yarn, fine twined, right? Quality here, fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet yarn. The cherubim were embroidered, the kepraim were embroidered, right, on the curtains, right? So the cherubim, the cherubim, right? And note that doesn't give a description of the cherubim, right, of what they sort of look like, right? But it's obvious that everyone, Moshe and everyone else, understood what these cherubim Hebraically are. We make a connection and a reasoning elsewhere of the kepraim, cherubim, chabarim. Question 16 right here. What was the outer part? What was the outer part of the tent covered with? What was the outer part, right? What was the outer part of the tent, right, of the tent covered with? Badger skins, and then ram skins. And the ram skins, these were covered, right? These covered the inner, right, the inner curtains of goat's hair and fine twined linen, right? So like a kind of an insulation. We had badger skins and then the ram skins, dyed red. These covered the inner curtains of goat's hair and fine twined linen right here. Chabarim. Take a selah. Pause.
Seraphim, cherubim, cherubim. 9 orders of angels. Here, Sister Desiree with angels right here.
angels. Put a stop to danger, angels. Instruction angels, correction angels, warning angels, Ark of the Covenant angels, whoever created angels. So many angels, so many millions.
Rastafari, LOJ, the Line of Jewish Society. Check us out, Rastafari Israelites, on the YouTube. You know, some of the live streaming there. Also, our main hub on the web. Link and contact at lojs.org. That is lojs.org. Shalom, Chaverim. Shalom. Yeshua 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 Shalom.
The Lion of Judah shall break every chain. The Lion of Judah shall break every chain. Yeah. Lion of Judah shall break every chain. Give us some victory again and again. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain. Give us some victory again and again. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain. The conquering lion shall break every chain. Give us some victory again and again.
Shavua Tov, a good 7, good strong, sabbatically speaking. Yes, I. Shalom, Chaverim, shalom. Give thanks. So here, let's touch on question 17 to 25. Right here, some basic questions for this Shabbat Terumah, Sabbath gifts, contributions, offering.
Shalom, Chaverim, shalom. Here for this 19th sabbatical study for this Shabbat Strong, for Shabbat Terumah. Shabbat Terumah. This corresponds here in the King of Kings Bible, the Royal Amharic here, for Senbet, siTota, and Mebba. Speaking of offering, contribution, and a heave offering. So here, picking up with the basic question. We left off with the 16th question concerning what was the outer part of the tent covered with. So here, picking up the 17th question. There's a few basic questions here for this 19th sabbatical study for this Shabbat Strong, for Shabbat Terumah. Shabbat Terumah, Shabbat offering, Shabbat up offering, get into the etymology of Terumah. But here first, we have the 17th question here. Where did the wood for the frames, for the Ohel, the tent that is known as the Mishkan, the sanctuary, and the Mikdash, the holy place, where did the wood for the frames come from? Question 17. Now, according to a midrash, a study right here, Jacob was said to have planted trees when he first arrived in the Tawi, when he first arrived in Mitzrayim, the Tawi, the two lands, more proper reference to so-called ancient, quote, Egypt, end quote. So the Tawi, when when Jacob first arrived in Mitzrayim, he planted trees, and the Bnei Yisrael and the sons of Israel cut them down before leaving. Question 18 right here. Where did the other materials come from? Well, from the Mitzrayim, right? From the Mitzrayim, from the Tawi. And from despoiling the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians, the Egyptian army, the Tzeba, spoiling the Mitzrayim, the Tawi army, at the Yam Suf. Yam Suf, the Yam, the sea, Suf of reeds. The Yam Suf, the sea of reeds. Question 19. How would Elohim speak? How would Elohim, Hailahim, speak to Moshe in the tabernacle, in the Ohel Moed, in the Mishkan, in the Mikdash? How would Elohim speak to Moshe in the tabernacle? According to the scripts, the context is that he would stand by the paroket, by the veil of the Kodesh HaKodashim, by the Holy of Holies, the veil of the Holy of Holies, and Ha-Elohim, Hailahim, HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be He, would speak from between the Kirubim, the Kepraim, the Kirubim that were on the Kaporot, the Kaporet. Right? You have the Kaporet. The Kaporet is the ark cover, also known as the mercy seat, the Kaporet. So to the 19th question right here for Shabbat Terumah, how would Ha-Elohim speak to Moshe in the tabernacle? Well, he would stand by the veil, by the paroket of the Kodesh HaKodashim, and Ha-Elohim would speak from between the Kirubim, the Kepraim, on the Kaporet, on the mercy seat. So here, question 20th question here for Shabbat Terumah. How was the menorah? How was the menorah to be made? Now, the menorah is very interesting. I have to go into some details here, as we mentioned in one of our Aliyot readings. We read from like the Hebrew, some of the Hebrew highlight verses. and then we also like maybe zoom in on a particular verse where we notice some either diversion or full of clarity in the Hebrew that's not brought out in the so-called traditional King James Version. When we came to menorah, it spoke of like his branch, his knobs, his. But in the Hebrew, that spoke of her, that is she. So the divine double helix, the male and the female aspects is very, very important and need to be duly noted. But here for question 20, how was ha-menorah? Just to emphasize, the menorah is referred to in the feminine sense. How was the lampstand, ha-menorah, to be made? According to the scripts, from one piece of zahab, gold, from one piece of gold. According to the Midrash, Moses did not know how to make it, and it says that so Elohim threw some gold into the to the fire, and it was said that it was immediately formed. Now this is a Midrash, just like a reasoning right here, but the scripts point out the details, right, of ha-menorah. So question 21, this brings us to question 21. How were the wicks, right, with the light, the wicks of ha-menorah, of the lampstand? Oh, another point is that in the King James Version, often referred to as the candlesticks. We strike that there because the details point out oil, and we know that the oil does not function with the candlesticks. So right there, that is like a fault, one of the faults within the translation, although we can understand some of the possible reasons. But here, come, question 21. How were the wicks of ha-menorah to be placed? According to Shemot, Exodus chapter 25, verse 37, all the wicks were to face the middle branch. And here we put forward the Hebrew snowflake, so to speak, or what's called the Magen David, the Star of David. And when viewed, right, we have the 6 points, right, or the six, where here there's the 6 branches, and in the center, right, looking at the pattern of the Magen David, or the Hebrew snowflake, the so-called star, it was called the Star of David, the Magen David. We see the 6 corresponding to the 6 points and the 6 branches, and then we have the center, which in the Hebrew is known as the Shamash, and Shamash is like the sun, or the center branch. So to this question 21, how were the wicks of ha-menorah to be placed? We have the Sefer Shemot, Exodus chapter 25, verse 37, that brings out all the wicks, right, were to face the middle branch. So the 6, right, the 6 branches, the 3 on this side and the 3 on that side, were to face ha-shamesh, were to face the center, or were to face the middle branch of ha-menorah. That brings us right here to question 22. What was the paroket? The paroket. What was the paroket, or the veil, of the tent used for? Question 22. What was the paroket, or the veil, paroket, the Hebrew for the veil, of the ohel, of the tent, used for? Answer: to separate the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies, from the Kodesh HaKodesh, from the holy place. So the paroket, the veil of the ohel, of the tent, was used to separate the Kodesh HaKodashim from HaKodesh, the Holy of the Holies, Kodesh HaKodashim, from HaKodesh, from the holy
place. Question 23. Describe the altar of burnt offering in the outer court. Describe, according to the scripts, let's describe the altar of burnt offering in the outer court. Well, we have a square wood frame, covered with bronze, right? Or some translations bring out the sense of brass, with horns on its four corners. It included a grating of bronze, or as it's mentioned, a nechoshet, a grating of brass. It was portable, mobile, and included rings and poles for carrying, or in the old King James Version, for bearing, to bear it, to carry it. It had a ramp leading up to it. Note that the word mizbeach, the Hebrew is the mizbeach. Some might say the mizbeach, but actually the Hebrew more mizbeach, from zabach, right, to sacrifice, but mizbeach, altar. The altar, the Hebrew word mizbeach, is said to be an acronym, a Hebrew acronym for mechila, which is forgiveness, for zechut, merit, for bracha or braka, blessing, and chayim, life. Again, the Hebrew word mizbeach, that stands for the altar or altar, is said to be a Hebrew acronym, for four Hebrew words. First is forgiveness, mechila. Second is merit, zechut. The third is bracha, bracha, blessing or blessedness. And the fourth is chayim. So mizbeach, Hebrew acronym for mechila, zechut, bracha, and chayim. Now, according to the midrash, the fire would not be extinguished if it rained, and the smoke would ascend in a vertical column from mizbeach, from the altar. Regardless, it said, regardless of the wind. So according to one ancient study here, the midrash, it says the fire would not be extinguished if it rained, and the smoke would ascend in a vertical column from ha-mizbeach, regardless of the wind. What we call in Hebrew, more the modern Hebrew pointing, the lavat eish. What's lavat eish or laba eish? It's the flames of fire, the lava. The lavat eish, the flames of fire, were also said to resemble an aryeh, a lion or an anbessa. So the lava eish, flame of fire, lavat eish, flames of fire, were said to resemble a lion, said to resemble in Hebrew the aryeh, in the world of heart from the Ge'ez, the anbessa. Question 24. One more question after this, Chabarim. Question 24. What does the word mishkan? What does the word mishkan mean, Chabarim? Mishkan means dwelling place, and it's from the Hebrew root shakan, which means to dwell. So mishkan, which is often brought out as, in some translations, as sanctuary. Make me a sanctuary, a mishkan, that I may shakan, and that mishkan will be known as the mikdash, the holy place, and in the actuality, it is the Ohel, it is the tent, the Ohel Moed, the tent of meeting, the tent of appointment. But here, the Hebrew word Mishkan, Mishkan, dwelling place, comes from the Hebrew root word Shakan, Shakan, meaning to dwell. Now, the word Hebraically and in Yehudi theological circles, Shekinah, 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 Shekinah means to dwell, and it comes from this verb, shakan, shakan, to dwell. Last question right here for the basic questions for this 19th sabbatical study for this Shabbat strong, for Shabbat Terumah. Now here we refer to this as a bonus question here, question 25. How many times did Moses ascend Har Sinai? How many times did Moses ascend Mount Sinai? How many times did Moshe ascend Har Sinai? According to the scripts, we have 8. 8 times did Moses ascend Mount Sinai, Har Sinai. 8 times. Let's count them. First time, before the Yetziat Mimitzrayim, before the Exodus, the coming out from the Tawi, the 2 lands, the coming out from Mitzrayim. First time before the Exodus, according to Shemot, according to Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 to 10. Second of the 8 times, after the Bnei Yisrael, after the sons of Israel arrived at Sinai, after the Israelites arrived at Sinai, and here we have the scene that's known as the Brit offer, or the covenant offer in Shemot, in Exodus chapter 19, verse 2. That's the second of the 8 times. The third of the 8 times is when Moshe was named, right? Was named, or we could say appointed and named, right? The mediator of the Bnei Yisrael and of the Hebrews, when he was named the mediator of Yisrael, of Israel. According to Exodus chapter 19, verses 7 to 12. The fourth of the 8 times that Moshe Aliyah, ascended, went up. The fourth time was just before the Eseret HaDebarim, the 10 words known as the 10 Commandments, were uttered. And here we have this in Shemot, Sefer Shemot, in Exodus chapter 19, verses 20 to 25. This is the fourth of the 8 times just before the Eseret HaDebarim, the 10 words known as the commandment, or referred more popularly as the 10 Commandments, but more correctly, more right and accurate, the 10 words, Eseret HaDebarim, were uttered in Exodus chapter 19, verses 20 to 25. Here, the fifth of the 8 times. What was the fifth of the 8 times? When Moshe received the Sefer HaBrit, when he received the book of the covenant, the book. So one of the first books we have here is the Sefer in the book of Exodus, the Sefer Shemot. We have the Sefer, or the Sefer HaBrit. What's the Sefer HaBrit? It's the book, the Sefer of HaBrit. And this was in Exodus chapter 20, verses 21 to Exodus chapter 23, verse 33. So when he went up to receive the book of the covenant, the Sefer HaBrit, in Exodus chapter 20, verse 21 to chapter 23, verse 33. When he went up to receive HaTorah, what's referred to as the Torah, or also referred to as the Torah, Moses' law, the Torah of Moses, of the time of Moshe. The sixth of the eight times that Moshe aliyed up, Allah ascended Har Sinai. The sixth time is when Moshe ate, what's known as the ratification meal, right? The confirmation meal, the ratification meal with the Ziknei Yisrael, with the elders of Israel. In Exodus chapter 24, verses 9 to 11. Exodus chapter 24, verse 9 to 11. The seventh of the eight times that Moshe ascended Mount Sinai was the 40 days and nights, was for the 40 days and nights to receive the first set of tablets. Now, the 40 days and 40 nights in the season, theologically speaking, even in the Orthodox, we could say circles, even of the true church and the professing Ethiopian Orthodox Church and other Orthodox churches, we have the time of Hudade, of the Abi Tzom, the great fast, or the great Lent, also Lent, which also we have in the Brit Chadasha, Yeshua, within the wilderness, the 40 days and 40 nights. It corresponds roughly to the season, right, of the reading of the Shabbat Terumah Torah portion, the manna, here in the season. So the seventh time that Moshe ascended was for the 40 days and nights to receive first set of tablets. In Shemot in Exodus chapter 24, verses 15 to 18. Exodus chapter 24, verses 15 to 18. And the eighth of the eight times here in this bonus basic question, how many times did Moshe ascend, Aliyah, go up, right? Aliyah, Allah ascended Har Sinai. Here the eighth time. The eighth time was 40 days and nights, an additional 40 days and nights to receive, to receive the second set of the tablets, and here we have this almost 10 chapters later in the Sefer Shemot, in the cipher, the book of the names known as Exodus chapter 34, verses 1 to 38. Exodus chapter 34, verses 1 to 38. So the last two of the 8 times that Moshe ascended Har Sinai were 40-day and night periods. 40-day and 40-night periods. So once again, here in this 25th question here, the bonus question here for Shabbat Terumah, for Sabbath offering, Sabbath contribution, Sabbath, one can call it the free will, right? Free will offerings. How many times did Moshe ascend Har Sinai? 8 times. First, just before the coming out, in Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 to 10. The second time after the Bnei Yisrael, the Israelites arrived at Sinai. This is a covenant offer in Exodus chapter 19, verse 2. The third time when Moshe was named mediator of Yisrael, of Yasharallah, of Israel, in Exodus chapter 19, verses 7 to 12. The fourth time is just before the Eseret HaDebarim, the 10 words known as the 10 Commandments were uttered in Exodus chapter 19, verses 20 to 25. The fifth time is when Moshe, when he received the Book of the Covenant, what we refer to generally as the Book of the Covenant. We have the book, actually the Sefer HaBrit, and now we have the fuller Torah, or the Torah of Moshe. This was in Exodus chapter 20, verses 21 to chapter 23, verse 33. The sixth of the 8 times is when Moshe ate the ratification meal, or that covenant confirmation meal with the Ziknei Yisrael, with the elders of Israel in Exodus chapter 24, verses 9 to 11. The seventh of the 8 times of the first 40-day and night period to receive to Kabal the first set of tablets in Exodus chapter 24, verses 15 to 18, and the 8th of the 8 times was an additional 40 days and nights to Kabal to receive the second set of tablets 10 chapters later after the first 40 days and nights. Here the second 40 days and nights, and thus the 8th of the 8 times in Exodus chapter 34, verses 1 to verse 38. Chabarim. Shalom, Chabarim. Shalom. Shabbat, Terumah, Shalom. Chabarim. 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 Chabarim.
Fana
Here. Sabbath Seal Psalm 144. Don't have the time to get into Psalm 54. Today's daily psalm here for the February 18th, according to the Royal Order, Psalm 54, the daily psalm. But here, the Sabbath Seal Psalm. When we seal the Sabbath, Psalm 144, Shema Yisrael.
Psalm 144. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me. Lord, what is man that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that thou makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth away. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God. Upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace, that our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in nor going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Hear, O Israel, 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 Israel.
Shema Yisrael, 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 Yisrael.
The Lord our God, 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 God.
Adonai Elohenu, 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 Elohenu.
Is one Lord, 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 Lord.
Adonai Echad, 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 Adonai Echad.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house, and on thy gates, my 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 gates. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments which I command you this day, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves, that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. And then the Lord's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, and lest ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord giveth you. Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth, 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 upon the earth. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a riband of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, to be your God. I am the Lord your God, O God, O God, O God, O God.
Anochi Adonai Elohecha, lo yiyeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai, lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha lashav, zachor et yom ha-shabbat lekaddesho, kabbed et avicha ve'et immecha, lo tirtzach, lo tin'af, lo tignov, lo ta'aneh vere'acha ed shaker, lo tahmod bet re'echa.
My advice to all is to fulfill the Ten Commandments. You are aware of the contents of the Ten Commandments and can elaborate on. If the nation for which I am the emperor follows and accepts this, since it's also what I accept and follow, I would believe our country is not only historically Christian, also actively Christian. Actively Christian. Actively Christian. Actively.
Bless these Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, who liveth and reigneth with I and I continually, ever faithful, ever sure. Jah Rastafari, with no apology. And this is the Rastaman vibration.
Rasta is something from the heart.
Yeshua Shalom, brothers and sisters. Have a good, strong Bashem Yeshua. Love one another. Do Yah will. Walk His way, truth and life. Have a good, strong, prosper, guidance and protection. Bashem Yeshua. Terumah Selassie Meskin.
Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam.
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tawab, Shavua Tov, Shavua, referring to the week, or more correctly, like the 7 days. Shavua Tov, Shavua, Melkam Samin, yes, right here, Psalm 67, usually when we let out traditionally, this is a good chant right here, and moving forward in a new Shavua, as Psalm 67 contains an adaptation of the priestly blessing. Listen, Shema, yes, I be blessed and highly I favor. Rastafari Bashem Yeshua. Love you.
Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. That Thy way may be known upon earth, Thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise Thee, O God. Let all the people praise Thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy. For Thou shalt judge the people righteously, and govern the nations upon earth. Selah. Let the people praise Thee, O God. Let all the people praise Thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear Him, 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 shall fear Him. Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. That Thy way may be known upon earth, Thy saving help, Thy saving help, Thy saving help, Thy saving help. Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. That Thy way may be known upon earth, Thy saving help among all nations. Let the people praise Thee, O God. Let all the people praise Thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy. For Thou shalt judge the people righteously, and govern the nations upon earth. Selah. Let the people praise Thee, O God. Let all the people praise Thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear Him, 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 shall fear Him. God be merciful unto us, and bless us. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause His face to shine upon us. Selah. God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah. God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah.
Amen. Well, amen. Be well. Hashem Yeshua.